Hello folks, time for another video and shave. Well, today I might get interrupted a zillion times because the granddaughter had a big sleepover last night because her birthday was last week, and this weekend was the big sleepover. But they weren't too bad. There was gazillion girls here, teenage girls. So hopefully they'll be going out, because I had to wait a couple hours to jump in here to get my shower, to grab my shower and my shave. So I'm all ready to rock and roll. I do have some daggage from my last shave. I do have a little red mark above my, I don't know what that, but I'm not shaving my nose, but I do have something near my chin that I kind of opened up. But anyway, so my wife was actually doing laundry today, and as I saw her folding up the clothes, I saw her pull out my wet shaving product t-shirt. That was an awesome gift from Melanie over at Wet Shaving Products there. So I think, so today I decided, you know what, I'm going to bust out the barbershop and Wet Shaving Products. So I'm going to be using the Formula T version of Wet Shaving Products Barbershop. That is the tallow based. I also do have it in the rustic formula, which is their vegan based, but I'm going to be using the Formula T today, which is tallow, and it's getting kind of low in the tub. This was a pass around from the Redbeard Shave Group, so I was the last, so I was lucky enough to keep it. So anyway, I have that in my bowl. It is a softer kind of soap, but I did throw a little bit of water on it there to soak while I was in the shower. And razor today, I didn't even set up my razor. I'm going to use the old Rockwell, but I'm going to change my plate today because I feel like getting a little closer shave today. So I'm going to take my Plate 4, which I normally use, and I'm going to change it out for plate number 5. Right there. And I'm going to stick a brand new Croma Blade in there. Croma Blade. Still in the package. Yeah, I kind of hastily throw my stuff out because, like I says, it's been a little crazy this morning with all the girls in the house. So I'll take the old Croma, put it in the top cap, go to plate number 5 in the Rockwell. So Croma Blade, plate number 5, if you can see that there. Alrighty, so brush, I'm going to be using my favorite bowl lathering brush, which I'm sure you guys are getting sick of seeing because I just love it, which is the Molten silver brush with that nice 28mm Timberwolf knot, which I'm really enjoying that knot very much. I didn't put enough water in my sink today. Alright, so normally I'd be using my Cube 2.0, but I got that little sliver I'm going to get rid of the original Cube. Wow, the water's not even super hot yet. There was all those girls in here this morning in the bathroom playing with the water and taking showers and whatnot. Alright, so we'll take that little sliver, which is very slick to hold on to. But that's okay. Just because it's so warm in here, my skin is wickedly dry. So it's getting smaller and smaller by every use. Haha. But I have multiple backups to the Cube, like I said, plus I have the Cube 2.0. I'll just pull my shirt down. My shirt is actually a little warm because it pretty much came right out of the dryer. And of course, it's still warm here in New Jersey at the end of September, which is rare. That cube is nice and slick. Slick, slick, slick. One thing you don't want to do is get in your mouth, because it does taste like soap. Alright, so we're going to take that Molten silver brush and start the bowl lather. I actually put a lot of soap in the bowl today because when I was scraping it out, a big old chunk came out. So I probably will have some left. And this is a nice classic barbershop scent from Wet Shaving Products. Our friend over there is Melanie. This soap whips up nice. And you can see it's already. Just with a couple swirls in the bowl. I do have a pre-shave oil from Wet Shaving Products, but I opted to just go with my cube today. I personally am not a big oil pre-shave kind of guy. I just find sometimes that cleanup is a little more involved because sometimes the pre-shave oil has a tendency, that's just for me now, has a tendency to kind of stick to the bristles on my brush. I guess that's just me. But I've used it, and it's a great pre-shave oil. And it's also you can also use it if you have a beard as a beard oil. Boy, I really like the scent. This is a unique barbershop scent. I have one of my favorite, well, used to be my favorite barbershop scent was my barbershop scent from Sterling. This is a little different, of course, than Sterling's Barbershop, or I also have PAA's Barbershop. So, but this is a great scent. Classic barbershop scent. I almost have that lather all whipped up here, folks. I just want it to be, just trying to get that all off of the bottom because I loaded it. I put a lot in my bowl today. It was a softer soap, so I actually scooped it up on my finger, and actually a ton of it stuck to my finger. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. But I'm getting a lot of pixelation today on my monitor. That's probably because all the girls are on the Wi-Fi. And there's a lot of girls over. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that because that's nice and peaky. So, here we go. I'm actually just wet my razor. Like my razor to be a little warm. Wet the face again. Just to rehydrate the cube that's sitting on my face there. Pull down that shirt a little bit so it's not such a lather catcher. Gotta love that pre-shave in the cube. Alright, so Wet Shaving Products Barbershop in the tallow formula, Formula T. As you can see, that whips up nice. Especially if you're one of those guys who likes your lather nice and thick and poofy. As long as it's not runny and the slickness is great. I like the soaps, but this one has that nice, airy, big cushiony lather. That looks great on a black shirt. Oh, this is like I almost ripped it. Alrighty. Just clear the lips. A little bit of the nose. And just take some out of my ear so it doesn't go all the way down into my eardrum. Alright, so we go to Rockwell plate number 5 today. If you can see that there, plate 5 with the Croma blade on the first use. Nice. Somebody asked me once about the Rockwell, saying that, well, once you find your plate, aren't you happy with it? Well, I do pretty much shave. If I'm shaving every, say, 2 days, I usually shave at plate number 4. But if I change my shave days up, then I have the option to change plates for a different blade gap, of course. So that's why I'm a big fan of the Rockwell, because you have 6 different razors basically. Not that I want to make this into a Rockwell ad, but I get a lot of people ask me those questions. Not a million people, because of course I don't have a million subscribers, but I do get some emails with questions like that. I also get them on the Facebook groups. I just like the razor. I think it's smooth, and the only downside to a fully adjustable razor is you could do it on the fly, where with the Rockwells you do have to change the plate. Which will add another 2 seconds maybe to, you're shaving. That's if you keep your plates handy. I actually have my plates stored away in another room, but I do keep 2 plates usually out. Sometimes if I'm going to shave daily, I'll just go down to plate 3, but normally my go-to is plate 4. But today I'm shaving with plate 5. We'll see how that little spot is under my nose. That was actually there last time I shaved, but I got lucky and I didn't disturb it, even though I totally forgot about it. Yeah, it's been I think a few months since I've shaved with the wet shaving products barbershop. I think when I first received it on the pass around. I like both formulas, the tallow based and the vegan base. They both, sometimes when you have a vegan base and a tallow base from certain artisans, sometimes the scents differ slightly because tallow will have a different effect on the scent, but both these barbershop scents and both formulas smell exactly the same, which is awesome. Which means that Wet Shaving Products did a great job when they formulated it. Residual slickness is good. I get that comment a lot too, like a lot of comments from certain people that say, why do you dry shave on your second or on your first pass? Well, what I do is I still have residual slickness, so I kind of like to take the areas under my neck, which are a pain in the butt for me. And I kind of like to hit that. Because what happens is when I don't have any really lather on there, my feedback is from the razor sometimes is louder because it's not muffled by the lather. But like I said, as long as I have slickness there, I'll go for it. In fact, if I was going out right now to just a quick event, I would be done because, I mean, except for like against the grain, I'm pretty good to go. But of course, I'm gonna go more. I have plenty of lather because I did load it up heavy duty in the bowl today. Got lots of that lather left. I mean, I got tons. Should invite my neighbors over to shave. Flinging it every which way. And like I said before, this is their formula T, which stands for tallow. Looks like I have creatures on my shirt with all the lather that went flying around. But wouldn't be an awesome shave unless that lather was going all over for me. I like it to go everywhere. Alright, so we'll go a little against the grain. Plate 5 on the Rockwell with the Croma blade. It was actually a toss-up today whether I was going to put a Croma in or a Gillette 7 o'clock black. But the Chroma's won. What I like about this formula, this tallow formula from Wet Shaving Products is it stays nice and hydrated when it's on my face. Because my face has a tendency to dry up soaps. But it stays nice and hydrated. Which means if it's hydrated, it's slick. Because when your soap dries up, normally you lose your slickness. Passes the tongue test on the corner of the lips. That's just one of my personal tests. And of course I always try to get real close to my nostrils because that is one of the first places where it starts to grow back. When it grows back, I mean, it comes in like barbed wire up there, and that's what I really hate. I've always hated that. Ever since I was, first starting to shave as a teenager, I used to always hate that when it came back. Was never really into beards or mustaches. And the funny part is my wife loves the scruff, but I can't stand it. So she's always not happy when I'm shaving everything off all the time. But, I feel pretty smooth right now. In fact, I feel really smooth. Just a little bit by the chin area. I do get a little weeper right there, but that's one I had the other day. It's awfully quiet out there, so maybe the girls left already. Because it's definitely quiet out there. I'm actually surprised they went to bed so early last night because there was a whole bunch of them here and they were all in the living room. They set up, sleeping bags and whatnot. And my wife actually blew up the big old air mattress. But they go to teen night at our community center. There's ice skating. There's also a roller rink. And there's also a bowling alley in there. So I guess they were tired out when they got home because they were pretty quiet last night when they came home. So, all right. Actually, my counter didn't do too bad today. Usually it's really wet, but it's in pretty good shape today. My sink, on the other hand, looks like it grew its own beard. So I'll just rinse that out real quick. Wow. The bearded sink. Sounds like a movie. Just throwing a little cold water on the face. That was a nice quick little rinse there, and with that so cold water we got going on now here. I can't really wait till the water gets nice and cold in the wintertime because I like to finish my shave off with cold. I'm a hot water shave guy. I don't like when some guys like to shave with all that menthol and cold water. I'm not about that. I just like it nice and warm when I shave, even if it's 100 degrees outside. I like my shaves warm, but I like to finish off with a little cool water. So, all right. So while my face is kind of drying off, that was Wet Shaving Products Barbershop in the Formula T, which is their tallow-based formula. And that was my Rockwell 6S on plate number 5 with the Croma blade in here. Just throw it off to the side there. And the Croma blade, as you can see right there. I'll actually pop it out of there for you. It's been my kind of favorite blade of 2019 so far. Started off with the Balzanos. I still like the Balzanos, but the Cromas are smooth. Very smooth for me. I'm really digging those blades. Alrighty. Now, the face is kind of dry. A little bit there. What I'm going to do is, I do have their aftershave splash in Barbershop. I still have to go over my brush and everything yet, but has a nice restrictor in it, so you don't have to put your finger on the neck. And it smells exactly like the soap. That's a wake up. Woof. A little stingy. It feels spectacular. Alright, so while I let this kind of chill in there, I'll just go over the brush, which is my Rich Man Molten Silver brush. Right now it's covered in lather, of course, with that new 28mm knot in there. And you can see that soap is nice and peaky. And it just has that great classic barbershop scent. And I've really been enjoying this new knot, because like I said, this is my go-to bowl lathering brush, because I like the way the handle, the length of the handle is, and the girth of the handle for bowl lathering. I'm going to have, I have a few brushes. I don't have as many brushes as Josh Morris or Mr. West over there with their giant brush collections, but I have about 20 some brushes, which, I pretty much have 5 that are pretty much my go-tos all the time, depending on what the shave is. I basically have a brush I like to use for when I lather up out of the container, and they're, of various styles or synthetics. There are natural hair brushes like Boar and Badger, and you kind of fall into your kind of favorite brush. My shaving channel isn't about using a different soap or brush every time, because otherwise I would need $1 million to keep up with all the new soaps and brushes that come out on a pretty much seems like a daily basis, or at least a weekly basis. So a lot of times I shave with the same stuff, but I'm just shaving on camera. It's just therapeutic for me, and for anybody new that comes in, they kind of stumble across my channel, and hey, why not, right? We'll shave together here. So that is that Timberwolf gray knot from Maggart's in my Molten Silver Rich Man brush right there, and I'm really enjoying this new knot in here. It had a blood knot, but I think it was either a 24 or a 26. It was, but I like the 28. It's a little bigger. It's great for bowl lathering. It really whips up that lather, plus it releases the lather. I've came across some brushes that I don't have anymore, because they were just great brushes, really expensive, but they were lather great, but then when you went to put on their face, it wouldn't release the lather. I had a few brushes like that, but I passed them on to different homes and different folks, and they seem to not have, that also thinks I also think it is on sometimes the water I have here, because in New Jersey we kind of have hard water, so I think that also sometimes will depict on how good your lather is going to come out and whatnot. But I just had some brushes that just wouldn't release the lather out of, like, once it made great lather, it just wouldn't come out of the brush. It would just stay in the brush and really not go on my face. Kind of weird. Well, it looks like I got all that soap out of the bottom of my timeless bowl. Like I said, the soap was soft, not super soft like a cream, and it really wasn't croapy, but it was soft enough that I actually, took some out of there with my fingertip, and then I put a lot in here, and it whipped it all up nice. I had a lot left over as far as lather, but there's not any unmixed soap in the timeless bowl. It's my True and Try on camera bowl. I don't have to worry about dropping it or banging it up against the sink or the faucet there. See, it's nice and plastic. Versus, if I use a scuttle, if I grab a scuttle and I hit that, that will crack. In fact, my scuttle's looking a little dusty. Last time I used it. This is a scuttle that my wife got me a couple of years ago. Just a regular black cool scuttle there. It actually has two different kind of corks. There's a synthetic cork and then there's a regular natural cork with it. I use the little synthetic one most of the times because the other cork I think dried out a little bit. But anyway, that's that. So, that wet shaving products with that cool shirt there. I don't know if you can see the cool shirt there. And it has a good logo in the back. I think it does. You guys can see that on camera. But anyway, now that I put the aftershave on, it smells great. They have a nice balm. Nice barbershop balm. Comes in this nice little pump container. And you're saying, Glenn, but why don't you put the aftershave on and then put the balm on after? I do it that way with everything. If I am going to use an aftershave and then follow up by a balm or a lotion, I will always put the aftershave on first. Some people do it opposite than that, but that's just the way I do it because I feel on my skin that if I put the aftershave on after the balm, it washes the balm away. Because most aftershaves, of course, have alcohol in them, so. And then it washes that nice moisture away from the balm, because most balms replace all that moisture that you lose from shaving. Because, when you do shave, you do lose that microscopic layer of skin. And with me, sometimes it's probably more than that because I really push that BBS shave, so. And a nice balm like this is a great balm. It goes on smooth. It absorbs quickly. And plus, I already put the aftershave on, so I still have that nice scent from the aftershave. Plus, this is also barbershop scent that the balm has. So it's going to smell nice and barbershop-y today. And that's really good stuff. So that was a wet shaving product shave today. They're located, I know, in Arizona. Chandler, Arizona, if I believe correctly. Actually, that's where the next year's Big Shave Southwest is going on. I think in March 28th, I think. That's when I think it was posted that it's going to be, and I don't think I'm going to make that because I live here in the East Coast. If I lived on the West Coast, that would be easy, but I live here on the East Coast. Alright, so my face feels spectacular. This collar, I think I stretched this collar out today. But, air conditioning just kicked on because it's a zillion degrees here still. Just got some of that up in my nose, making my nose feel nice and smooth. Alright folks, so that was a spectacular shave with the West, well, I keep on saying West, wet shaving products. So, thanks Mel for the awesome shirt. And if you liked my video, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, wish it had the old or made a noise, we did some thumbs down. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I appreciate it. There is that little icon down there in the corner to subscribe easier. And then if you want to keep track of my videos, when they come out, just click on the bell. It'll notify you when a new video comes out. I try to get them up every 2 to 3 days, so because it gives me something cool to do. And I appreciate all the feedback from all you folks and the support. So until next shave, Glenn signing off.